what a headache that was to the Easterners, the people who live along the East Coast. And we had several exchanges as to how do we correct that problem. And Mr. Dujon availed himself and partnered with the community. We put in resources, people made donations, the use of trucks and other things, manpower, so that Mr. Dujon could scoop the sargassum seaweed. And what do we see a couple of years later? That he has won international award for innovation, for creating out of that troublesome seaweed, liquid fertilizer, something which can be useful. That is innovation. Looking at an existing problem, assessing it, and ascertaining within the given social, cultural space what are the relevant or feasible fixes to the problem. And that is what Mr. Dujon has been able to do. Is it limited to education? No. Is it limited to science and technology? No. There's also what you call social innovation, which is what we're doing, for example, within the Department of Gender Relations. That you look at the number of cases that you have, ugly cases, I lump them all together, and what can we do to re-engineer the thinking? What policies can we implement? How can we modify the curriculum? What can we do to fix it? What the Honorable Prime Minister is doing in public sector, in his public service department. Re-engineering processes, enhancing ways of doing things. And that is what we mean by innovation. And I welcome the expressed interest that we've had thus far. Young people, creative people wondering, what can I do with my seemingly wild idea? But a wild idea just might produce the next Bill Gates, or the next Mr. Dujon, or the next Mr. Branson. That's creative thinking, that's innovation, business processes, science and technological change. That is what we're aiming for. The next Edison John. That's creative thinking. How do we facilitate that? And that is why, Madam Speaker, if we are to remain true to our commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals, that we must cure the turfism, the interagency competition, and seeming lack of cooperation sometimes, because all of those SDGs impact on one ministry or the other. And that is why within Cabinet, we have already decided that we'll have a Cabinet committee, subcommittee on the Sustainable Development Goals. Incidentally, it is our honorable member for Miku South and Prime Minister who chairs that entity within CARICOM. That is the level of commitment we have. And within the last 4 weeks, we have met with stakeholders, sister agencies, to ensure that whatever programs, policies that we devise or craft are in tune with and in keeping with our efforts to meet our SDG targets. So we really must work together. There really must be some level of interagency collaboration. Madam Speaker, my colleague from Castries North is not here. But in his absence, I want to thank him. And I also want to thank the Minister for Finance, because yet again, we have all been staring a problem in the face, that is the deteriorating road infrastructure, and we have yet, up until now, to come up with a fix, a solution. And I want to tell the people of Miku North that I have every confidence. There are people in La Pointe, there are people in Sainte Marie, there are people in Margaret Tooth. I want to give them every assurance, those in Cooley Town with that troublesome culvert, that the minister, that's for me there, thank you, an appropriately colored bag, thank you. I want to give them every assurance, Madam Speaker, that the minister has already shared with me, and in fact, earlier this week, there were 3 technical officers from infrastructure on the ground in Mico North assessing the state of the roads and what is required. And in fact, in the case of Mico Village, we have already started, as of last year, to fix the potholes. So, je la pou être souple pour un petit patience. Nous parlons de l'autre pour nous aller encore, parce que le ministre qui a responsabilité pour chemin, a besoin assez de slaki, il a besoin nous ça nous briser pour nous manger chemin. Et déjà, puis bonheur si maintenant, il j'avoue officier garder l'état chemin en patience en la poète pour s'arranger. And I want to let them know that relief is coming. Madam Speaker, I also want to allude to some of the concerns that have been expressed regarding the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. And I know there is some kind of fatigue regarding this transformation process. And I know, too, I saw that the Honorable Member for Castro Central came in with a big box the other day. Perhaps I have an equally big, or maybe a bigger box, with just as many reports on how to undertake that transformation process at Sir Arthur Lewis.
Honorable Member, you have 15 more minutes within which to complete your presentation.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will endeavor to complete within the stipulated time. So there is no shortage of diagnostic assessments that have been done regarding Sir Arthur Lewis. And I really want to thank the principal, the staff of Sir Arthur Lewis, especially the departments of education, nursing, and agriculture. And I also want to thank the teachers, the students, and their parents of the 2 secondary schools that collaborated so that we could offer some relief to Sir Arthur Lewis, because the threat was that they would not have started school last September. So I want to thank you for your cooperation. I want to thank you for your understanding, because we understand all too well the need to house our students comfortably and to ensure that they are in an environment where they can pursue their tertiary education. Madam Speaker, I wanted this time to applaud the efforts of the TVET Council, the TVET unit, and I will combine as well the NELU and NSDC outfits. These institutions, Madam Speaker, offer a second chance to many of our citizens. Through their various programs throughout the island, community-based programs are offered so that people can either acquire a new skill or retool, so that they can improve their chances of becoming employed. Madam Speaker, again, I want to say to the people of this country, there is little worth to be had in exerting so much effort to create those programs and they do not subscribe to them. People from all 17 constituencies are invited to subscribe to these programs so that they can improve themselves. Madam Speaker, sports is very, very dear to the people of Mico North. You will recall, Madam Speaker, in the last 18 months to 2 years, we won championship after championship after championship. And Madam Speaker, I gave my commitment to the young people of Mico North, and I said to them, I will do what I can to improve the sporting infrastructure. My colleague is not here, the Honorable Member for Dennery South, but I know I can count on his cooperation along with my other colleagues to ensure, whether it be through the constituency development program or through any other facility that lends itself, that we will look to improve the sporting facilities. There is not a night, Madam Speaker, that you drive along that Mico Highway and there isn't something going on that field. Whether it be the female football team, or the under-15 team, For the seniors, there's always some activity. Or even the Gail Rigobert netball tournament once a year. And I have started to deliver on that commitment because already in the last couple months, we have rehabilitated the most difficult part of the Wen Road that leads to the Wen playing field. So, Madam Speaker, this government cares about the people of this country. And I said to Miku North, and I said to my dear Prime Minister and member from Miku South as well, that my arms are open to him in Miku South under one condition, that the people of Miku North will get an extra shine in their crown. So far, so good. We're coming along, aren't we? So, Madam Speaker, I want to believe that in the coming months and years, that Miku North will get what is deservedly theirs as good, law-abiding citizens who care for this country and who love this party. Madam Speaker, on that note, therefore, there are people I must thank. There are people, Madam Speaker, who over the last 5 or 6 debates ensure that on the morning of the start of every budget debate, I get that prayer of encouragement. Madam Speaker, you don't know how meaningful that is. That word of encouragement, that word that says, Auntie Gail, I am praying for you. I wish you well. I wish the cabinet well. I wish the government well. Moun dou passe l'argent. My grandmother taught me that. Moun dou passe l'argent. It is not always denoted in dollars and cents, that some expressions are more valuable than dollars and cents. I want to thank the people of Miku North. I want to thank them for their confidence. I know your troubles, I know your concerns, whether it be in agriculture, whether it be with respect to the school infrastructure. The ceiling came down in Miku Primary School after the heavy rains, Madam Speaker, and I had to come to their rescue. Or the Miku Secondary School, or the Jolly Tots Preschool that I have been working with since 2011. They know they can rely on their Auntie Gail. And they voted for the United Workers' Party because they know that the United Workers' Party delivers to Miku North. I want to tell them in that budget too, that provision is made for those persons who are interested in building up their various facilities so that they can participate in the heritage tourism sector. Timiet and Timiet, look, I join. Rome was not built in a day. Little by little, we will get there. And I want to thank the vendors who have already started meeting to deliberate on their approach regarding how best can we maximize the Miku product, the Guamun time product. Because it's unique to Miku. I think that's the birthplace of Guamun time. I don't think that that is disputable at all. Right? So there are things, Madam Speaker, that are unique. And we have the history of our dear Dame Sesen. And I used to say, and I know some people not like it, but I used to say that very easily Miku North can be dubbed the cultural capital of St. Lucia. We have Sesen, we have the... What's up with the guy this? Right? So, Madam Speaker, let us stop the charade. Let us come here and give good representation to our people. If it is that we care about the development of the people, that we can sit as honorable men and women, deconstruct, question, and improve. That's what I did when I was seated over there. That's what we did when we were seated over there. Right? That is what you call responsible governance. And you are very much part of the governance fabric of this community, of this country. So do so with responsibility and stop the mischief. Stop the mischief. Let us come together as one country, as one people. And I'll end on the same note that I ended on the last occasion. Elections come once every 5 years. Next election cycle, vote where you want, but I have a responsibility to ask the people to vote for the United Workers' Party. And in the interim, as good St. Lucians, will build the new St. Lucia that this Prime Minister has the vision to lead. I thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, sorry.
I see no mics. I will not wait indefinitely. Honorable Prime Minister.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to ask for this House to be suspended for 1 hour.
Honorable members, the question is that this Honorable House be suspended for 1 hour to return at 5:30. At 5:30. I now put the question. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say no. I'm calling for a division, Madam Clerk.
Honorable Dr. Kenny Anthony, how do you vote? No. Honorable Alan Chastney, how do you vote?
Yes.
Honorable Sean Edward is not there. Honorable Dominic Fede, how do you vote? Yes. Honorable Bradley Felix, how do you vote? Yes. Honorable Sheriff Flood Bobre, how do you vote? Honorable Ernest Hilaire, how do you vote? Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste, how do you vote? Honorable Ezekiel Joseph, how do you vote? Honorable Guy Joseph, how do you vote? Honorable Leonard Montour is not there. Honorable Philippe J. Pierre, how do you vote? Honorable Dr. Gail Rigobert, how do you vote? Yes, please. Honorable Harold Stanislas, how do you vote? Yes. Madam Speaker, 8 yes, 4 noes.
This House is suspended until 5:30 in the afternoon.
All rise.
Well, this has indeed been an interesting round in the debate on the 2017-2018 Appropriation Bill. You may have noticed an almost premature adjournment of day two of the debate as the parliamentarians who have not yet presented seemed reluctant to make their contribution. However, Member of Parliament for Miku North, Honorable Dr. Gail Rickabert, who was scheduled to speak on Friday, saved the day by indicating that she will speak without any reference notes, and she did that for an hour. And this certainly reminded me of a former politician, now deceased, who was considered to be one of St. Lucia's best orators, and that is the late Honorable George Odlum. Dr. Rickabert spoke on several initiatives in the department, various departments under her ministerial portfolio. And in education, she spoke of the introduction of digital literature program in September of this year. She also spoke of the ongoing consultation and review of the school laptop program with the aim to make the program more responsive to the evolving IT and ICT environment. In the area of sustainable development, Dr. Rickabert said that government will be continuing to explore and support energy efficiency initiatives such as the photovoltaic project. On a constituency level, she said that she will be pursuing initiatives to address the roads problem, the recreational infrastructure, and also health infrastructure. So far for today, we've heard from the MP for Choiseul Saltibus, the MP from Castres South, the MP from Soufrière Saint-Jacques, and the MP for Mico North, Honorable Dr. Gail Rickabert. Their house has now been suspended for 1 hour, so stay tuned to the National Television Network for continued coverage.
I would like to or rather allow I am going to talk to all of you. We are all here to